Whether you cycle, dance, bake, or simply donate to children in need, together we can all make a difference to young people's lives.
There's a woman I'm very close to in the midst of an affair with the president.
I'm in love with him.
Someone needs to go public.
And when that man focuses his attention on you, the world stops.
Being the president used to mean something.
They want to be sure no woman dares try this again.
This isn't about justice.
Then what is it about?
Impeachment.
Hi, handsome.
Hey.
Impeachment, American Crime Story, starts tonight at 9:15 on BBC Two and iPlayer.
Join me, Ramesh Ranganathan, Roisin Connerty, Guz Khan and this motley crew as we chew the fat and I try to stop my mum making a comment about mine. That's the Ranganation, streaming now on BBC iPlayer.
On tonight's One Show, Nadia Hussain is telling us about the unusual flavours she's been cooking up in her kitchen.
Mrs Brown's boys, Brendan O'Carroll and Jennifer Gibney, get in the Halloween spirit for their live special.
We'll see you at 7.
Who doesn't love an Irish mammy?
This is BBC One in Yorkshire. Now the BBC News with Sophie Rayworth and Amy Garcia at 6 o'clock.
At 6, the government's ambitious new plans to make the UK carbon neutral by 2050. To balance out any greenhouse gases released, a big push for electric cars, renewable energy and millions of trees to be planted. Going green at home, government help in England and Wales to replace gas boilers in thousands of homes with heat pumps.
We'll be able one day to bring down the prices of green technology, EVs and heat pumps and solar panels, in a way that we so rapidly made microwaves and mobile phones affordable.
We'll be asking if the government can achieve its green goals and what the price will be, also tonight. Sexual abuse claims against the late Labour peer Lord Janner. A damning report says children were let down by the police and state. The elder brother of the Manchester Arena bomber Salman Abedi leaves the UK after being ordered to appear at the inquiry into the attack.
In the Canary Islands, La Palma's volcano is still erupting. Over exactly a month now, it's destroyed nearly 2,000 homes.
On Look North in half an hour's time, the parents of murdered Gracie Spink say she was let down after reporting her stalker to police. And the first-time buyers landed with 6-figure bills to replace unsafe cladding on their buildings.
Good evening and welcome to the BBC News at 6. In less than 30 years' time, the United Kingdom should be a net zero country, putting nothing into the atmosphere which would make climate change worse. That is the ambitious target that the government has set out today. Anything that does produce greenhouse gases, like industrial processes and aircraft, will be balanced by measures to absorb carbon dioxide, like planting more forests. The plans include £620 million grants for electric cars and charging points. It comes ahead of the United Nations COP26 climate conference in Glasgow, which begins next month. With more, here's our science editor, David Shookman.
You don't want to be like me, okay?
Yeah, we do.
She blocked you. She blocked me? Mama, can you make me a sandwich? No, you don't.
Dave, press red to watch new episodes now.
Paramedic isn't just a job. We're ready for anything that's thrown our way.
No, no!
No one ever said it would be easy.
Control, we're good to go.
But who wants easy?
Is the patient breathing?
Sergeant!
BAFTA award-winning Casualty, Saturday at 9:30 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Universe with Brian Cox. Starts next Wednesday at 9 on BBC Two and iPlayer.
This is BBC One in Yorkshire. Now the BBC News with Sophie Rayworth and Amy Garcia at 6 o'clock.
At 6, the Health Secretary warns COVID cases could reach 100,000 a day this winter as he urges more people to get vaccinated. Sajid Javid says around 5 million people over the age of 16 have still not had the jab and stresses the pandemic is far from over.
We've been in a race between the vaccine and the virus. And although we're ahead in that race, the gap is narrowing.
It comes as health leaders urge the return of some restrictions in England, like compulsory mask wearing in certain settings.
This is the lesson we must learn from the past to prepare for what looks like an inevitable challenging period, rather than to cross our fingers and stumble into a crisis.
But the government says it won't be bringing in tighter restrictions under its Plan B at this point. Also tonight, a woman claims she was injected with a drug at a nightclub as the Home Secretary urges police to assess urgently a reported rise in drink and needle spiking. Buckingham Palace says the Queen has reluctantly cancelled a 2-day visit to Northern Ireland on medical advice to rest. And a mission to rescue dogs trapped by lava on the Spanish island La Palma.
And a look north in half an hour's time. Is there a drink spiking epidemic? Calls for the region's bars and clubs to do more to protect customers. And as COVID cases rise again, is the rollout of the booster jab in our region happening too slowly?
Good evening and welcome to the BBC News at 6. The Health Secretary has warned that there could be up to 100,000 COVID cases a day this winter as the number of new cases keeps rising. Sajid Javid urged millions of people who are still unvaccinated to come forward, saying the UK is in a race between the virus and the vaccine, but the gap is narrowing. But Mr Javid said tighter restrictions, such as the government's Plan B, such as the return of compulsory face coverings in England and a return to working from home, will not be introduced at this point, though he did advise wearing face masks in crowded settings. The number of cases across the UK has been rising sharply, and the 7-day average is standing at 45,799 cases per day, one of the highest weekly figures of new reported cases in the world, although deaths are well below the winter peak. Here's our health editor, Hugh Pym.